Y'all, that first sip just goes all through you. I mean, it just, oh my God, it just perks you. Y'all got y'all H2O? Coffee, tea, or milk? Time to put my specs on and speak. Good morning, L7. Face Yaya. Boycott Mexico. Morning. Girl, you funny. Boycott Mexico. Angie, Paulette, Mr. and Mrs. Heaven Sent Voodoo, Ray Black, Miss Cruiser, good morning, J. Paris, Nietzsche. Miss Cruiser, I didn't know the lady that passed. I didn't. During the jig dance with LSA. Okay. Whatever that means. I guess I'll figure it out later down the line what that means. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. My first core 20 and then some. Thank you very, very much. I am not going to pussyfoot around and take a long time to get into anything I want to talk about. The weekend has been very busy. I've been busy starting late last night, early morning, catching up on a lot of stuff. I did see a lot of stuff. Now, I'm going to start off with this club, the gay club. Then I'm going to get into everything everybody everybody been talking about, because I had to go back and rewatch everything and see what all the hoopla is about. And, of course, I don't know. I guess my opinion is like everybody else. But let me get to what went on at this place, at this LBGQ plus club over in Colorado Springs. Okay. There was a mass shooting going on, and YouTube don't like us saying stuff like that. That's why I was trying to be very careful of how I said in my title, but it was impossible for me to really get around saying so much. So if it stay yellow, stay green, because they're just getting a little bit too picky. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit too picky for me. But anyway, 5 people lost their life there. And about I think 25 people were injured there at this mass shooting place over here at Colorado Springs. Now, that one guy that was doing an interview, he says the only place in the area that they have to go where they think that they're safe at, where they want to go have fun, party, and do whatever it is that they need to do. So I'll read you a little bit of the story. Now, the suspect shooter, he was a 20-year-old Anderson Lee Aldrich, and he is in custody. And so while he was shooting, 2 of the customers, confronted him and somehow subdued him and put him down to get him to stop shooting, which that was awesome that they can do that, because they could have got hit too as well. Anyway, when he entered the club, he immediately began shooting when he entered the club Saturday. And the motive for the attack was not, immediately clear. They don't really know what the motive was, besides being hate, because for years there's always been hate crime, against the LBGQ community transgender. I guess gender is part of that, I guess. So they don't have a motive right now. At least it's not clear. And so they go on to talk about the gun violence continue to have been devastating, particular impact on LGBTQ. And I get it. Sometimes I get mixed up because it's LGBTQIA or either LGBT plus. Anyway, the communities, LBG communities across the nation, the threats of violence are increasing. And I don't know what they mean by increasing. It's getting worse because it's already bad. Which brings me to the T.S. Madison situation when I was watching it. I think a lot of people misunderstood what she was saying, but a lot of people felt like the girl was just getting buried on that same day that T.S. Madison came on, but they feel like T.S. Madison didn't come on sending condolences to the family first. Immediately they say, start protecting her community because that picture that was floating around was fake. And the reason why I hear they made that picture like that was because the girl looked hard in the face. The girl looked like a man, got a strong jawbone and all like that. So it was really throwing shade at her. But a lot of people believe that was a picture because when I first saw it, I thought it was true. I even made a short saying other pictures are circulating. This person is trans, allegedly, because I still at that point wasn't sure. But a lot of people took it. Now I was listening to this lady I listened to sometime called Dr. Blue, and she was saying that T.S. Madison was out of order, out of line. Okay, because people are running with how she said it was one of y'all, not our own. So it is like she separated, well, one of y'all straight women, not as LBGQ. Y'all want to blame it on us, but see, I understand what she was saying, and a lot of people don't. But now here's the proof in the pudding. I see why she wanted to clear that up. You see, they just had an attack on this club over here in Colorado Springs. She didn't want that to get around, and people think it was really a trans person, and then start just going up killing a bunch of trans people. So some of us understood it, some of us didn't. Now, when I watched Philly Boy, I really was agreeing with when Pizarro was trying to explain what she thought that lady from British, whatever it is, British lady was saying. I don't think her delivery was right, but Pizarro kind of, to me, was hit on point what the lady was trying to say, but the lady went all around, ring around the rosy and stuff. And I was kind of thinking, guys, when you call the cable company or something like that, they can speak English, but they're not comprehending. I feel like she wasn't comprehending the way that we articulate things that we say, or and then at the same time, she was throwing an undercover shade at Spilly Boy. But I kind of agree with what Pizarro was saying. That is why people got mad at T.S. Madison. People still attacking her right now this morning because, like they say, which she said she did acknowledge that girl's death, the beating. I don't know, on Facebook somewhere. But when she came on that live, when she came on saying, y'all not going to put this on a trans meeting, they said she didn't mention the girl at all. So that's why people got upset, in my opinion, which I think she did acknowledge it. She said she did, what I'm saying? So she had to go on to Jay Wilson and, and talk about it. Now, to him, Jay Wilson, I just think he was excited because of the number situation, which they was just regular like you get anyway. I hope he was really sincere, about this, because it's like I don't know. Maybe you was listening, maybe you wasn't. I don't know. So I can't go there. Maybe you did get it, maybe you didn't. I don't know. I just hate the fact that this is happening like this. I hate the fact that this happened to this young lady. I really felt bad when I seen her father speak up about that was his only child and he's not going to have any grandkids and how hurt he is. And y'all, we keep seeing this same video of this one lady that was beating her, threw a bonnet off and commenced to beating her. They say she probably was already beat up before that, and she was afraid to fight back. Maybe she thought that I was going to jump her, but they said the fatal blow was from this winter person, and that's the video we didn't see. That's the video that they say got removed. Okay, so I don't know, but there's the lady that, from what I understand, allegedly that leaked the video. She's the one that didn't have too much to do with the beating. So she's trying to clear herself up right now. She unloaded the video to start clearing herself up. Because I'm not gonna say she unloaded it because the guilt was bothering her. And she want people to know what's going on. She want to clear herself up, just like that guy that made that video. But the fact that you was there, all of y'all guilty, all of y'all watched it go down. I feel like all of y'all need to go. I really back to Mexico because I hope Mexico prosecute them because they're gonna have a harder time being over there locked up. You know what I'm saying? I'm really hoping that it can go down like that. And a lot of people think that too. Let them go back to Mexico and go to court, go back to court there. You know, it won't be no bail there. Y'all just be locked up. I heard that abroad. That's terrible. And I used to watch that years ago, Locked Up Abroad. So I can just imagine how Mexico is. All of y'all need to be locked up. Ain't nobody got no business trying to clear themselves because it just ain't gonna work. So that's when I heard about this mass shooting here at the Club Q. So that makes me understand more where Tia's coming from. They're already doing hate crimes. So if somebody here, oh, they go to trans, they doing this, they doing that. So you don't know how they're gonna go down the street and just think they see somebody trans. What if the person is trans? What if somebody just look hard like this lady and they think, you know, with the hard jawline in the face looking like a man, because that's what she looked like. Okay. Okay. What if somebody look like that and they're not transparent and then they just attack them? So anyway, this Dr. Blue, she was really going in on T.S. Madison, among other people. Because, you know, Olivia was going to go in. I don't know why Olivia got on Jay Wilson panel anyway, because she don't like the community anyway. GX went up there to be seen. That's why he went up there. And then he immediately leave his and go over there and drag him too. See, he don't really even know who T.S. Madison is, to tell the truth about it. So it's not going to end here today. People are going to keep talking about it. I was looking at the YouTube this morning and I ran across all kind of people talking about this and talking about that. It's just people I never heard of before. I wrote it down. Let me see if y'all heard of this channel before. Then I'm going to look at my thing. I'm going to stop talking and look at it and start speaking some more. Because if I get over there, I'll get thrown off and then I won't go to what I'm talking about. Let me see. What is it there? Tales from the Cult. So Tales from the Cult is over there giving their opinion too, but they're not really dragging Maddie, but they're not really on her side either. But see, Maddie has a big voice in her community. Of course, she got to say, she's going to speak and say something. She say she was busy doing whatever she's doing her life, and she's constantly getting hit up with texts and people right now and telling her what's going on, that there was a challenge, then a picture was put out there. So of course she's going to come speak up. Of course, yeah. Then a lot of people say, well, then she shouldn't have said nothing at all. But if she felt like she needed to speak up for her community, I don't see what's wrong with that. But like I said, my opinion is, my mind is really on Shanquilla Robinson. All the rest of this, even when I'm talking about right now, and there's no shade to Maddie, I don't really care about all that other stuff that's going on. I'm sending prayers to the family. I'm just voicing what people were saying over the weekend and how some people feel. My first thought was her, which I do believe her first thought was Shanquilla. I do believe that she did offer condolences before she made this video, but didn't nobody seem to see that video. They only seen the one when she came out, said, protecting her community, letting her know, no, it's not, because she don't want them getting attacked. So all they had to do was go back and see if she made other videos or look on the Facebook or the Twitter or something. I'm quite sure she's somewhere, sending her condolences, but people just upset about the YouTube video, and it is what it is. But my first thought is, anyway, let me go here and start and pick up where I can speak some more. Sour Patch, good morning, Sour Patch Kid. Good morning, Jean Hall. Plus, a black woman should be angry about the fact this stereotype of black woman being masculine and manly. That's what I take offense to. The man who put that. Now, they say the man that did it was a gay man. I don't know if he's gay or not. Allegedly, that's what they said too. But would it matter? Because, like I said, it's all of that. It's like our focus got took off. What's going on right now? What's at hand? If the focus got took off, it went to the gay man embellishing a picture, or photoshopping a picture, and making it fake, which People, when they took a glance, they just took a glance at the face. They make a glance at the clothing. Because I went back and looked at the clothing when they started saying it was fake. And he got on the same shirt, or she got on the same shirt, I should say. So it's like they just removed the hair. But people were just looking at the face. Then you go back and really pay attention to the picture. You'll say, oh, no, that's fake. Got on the same clothes. Because if he took a picture when he was a male or when she was a male, allegedly, which she wasn't, has always been a woman, they said she just had a baby, they would have seen, no, there's no way when, if that was true, the woman had that shirt on back then before they transitioned, you know. But I too just looked at the face only. Good morning, phenomenal Scorpio. Right? Nobody tried to get help. They all left her behind. Yeah, just left. I mean, and do y'all think that they was trying to get money out of parents when the mother asked why y'all didn't take the hospital? Why nobody get help? Because they say, what did they say? Because the hospital wanted $5,000 straight up. Do y'all think they're trying to scam some money out of the mother? Or is it really like that in Mexico? And y'all aren't supposed to be going to a wedding over there in Mexico, February. I don't really want to go. I really don't, because that I don't think they really stopped those 3 people dying in that Airbnb over there from carbon monoxide. I'm gonna get there too. Is that where people go? You know, when they want to do something shady, undercover or whatever to somebody over there, they go to Mexico? I didn't watch this interview, but I know enough about him to know that he's entirely too self-absorbed to truly care about something if it doesn't benefit him financially. And being that I'm not looking at the chat, I don't know what that was about, but I'm getting up there. Good morning, Toya. Good morning, TMO. Miss Felicia, Ray Black. Tell you what, see, I'm going to catch up with the chat now. Miss Bernadette, good morning. Okay, I think I'm caught up a little bit. Yeah, okay. Please hit the like. Thank you. Okay. So I don't know, just a lot. And we're going to hear some more today. I'm quite sure. And, you know, and let me get to the story I was just saying just now about the carbon monoxide over there in the Airbnb over there. Come on now. Let me get to that story real quick, y'all. Hold on. Okay, and let me speak too before I get into it. Ronnie Howard, good morning. Good morning, King Romy News. That could happen here in the United States. Yeah, I could, but yeah, that's true too. But we're talking about Mexico right now. Mexico, where people want to go do stuff at. I mean, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's a scary situation. It's like people feel like they can go to Mexico and do stuff to people and get away with it. But anyway, so the 3 Americans dead in Mexico Airbnb from apparent carbon monoxide poisoning. Do y'all believe that? We ain't got no choice but to believe it, huh? That's the only thing we heard, huh? But anyway, there's vacationing in Mexico, and they were found deceased. The Airbnb, this is property that they had rented. 2 men and a woman. Wow. Anyway, they was found unresponsive in October the 30th, and this didn't have a lot of coverage. I didn't hear nothing really being made out of this, and I'm thinking the reason why Shanquilla got a lot of coverage, because that happened in October, because people started speaking on it and made it be heard. I think that would have went undercover too. I mean, that's, you know, even though, and that's when the lady, I'm assuming, leaked the videos and start clearing herself when she found out they had trouble. She felt like since she the one that did the least fighting. No, anyway, back to what I was saying. So 2 men and a woman died, you know, due to the carbon monoxide. And Mexico City prosecutors did not return the request for comment, and they didn't want to comment on it too much. But the families of deceased couldn't immediately be reached for comment. No, the family didn't want to talk about it. They heard that these young people, and they were young as well, went over there for a vacation and came back home in a body bag. Wow, that's got to be a very, very hurtful thing for something like that to be I don't know what happened to you people over there in Mexico. And I think somebody said something like to that effect last week about somebody over there in Mexico. I didn't really hear about it, but I did get off and look to see what she was talking about. I really did. So then the bodies of Karen Florence and Jordan Marshall, both 28, and Cortez Hall, 33, were found in La Rosita, an upscale neighborhood. Y'all, so is that the place where people want to go do something shady in Mexico? Because I mean, I'm just starting to hear that a lot of stuff go down as well as other countries too. But we're talking about Mexico because this is where stuff is happening at later, these days because of Shanquilla. Can y'all imagine being friends? Now, her father said they were college friends, but the one that was her best friend, they knew each other about 7 years. And her best friend allegedly was the one that was doing the filming. How cold-hearted can you be? Yes, it does sound like a setup. It does sound like a total setup. So then we got these 3 Americans over them in another Mexico, carbon monoxide, y'all. No. Well, if that's the way it is, that's what it's going to be, and they feel like that's what it was, and I just investigation. I don't know if the family's still investigating that or not. I don't know. Maybe some of y'all know more than me. Like I said, I just heard it last week. I think that was Space that said something about Mexico, 3 people. I just Googled 3 people in Mexico, deceased, and that's what came up, these people right here. Anyway, 2 of them were school teachers, I think they said. That's what they said. Lost their life. So all these young people, because I think Shanquilla was 25 or something like that, had it going on for herself. So like I said, was it more than jealousy for money, a material thing? Was it jealousy because they wanted to be here? They don't know how to. Some people just ain't got no motivation in life, and they just want to just, her whole essence, her whole being, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what it was too. I don't know. But anyway, the ones I think went in the hardest is Dr. Blue and then Olivia next. Dr. Blue is a lady I found doing the Timothy Norman situation. She was giving her take on that as well. I like her though. I like listening to her though. I really do. Now, and then there's an update on Brittany Greener. She has gotten moved to another place. Let me see where that place is. They have moved her. She's not coming out of that place because they said it's not an even trade to trade her for some guns. Somebody big in guns over there. Anyway, they're not gonna. They don't want nobody released. They're not gonna release that person for her. So she's just messed up. She's just up the creek without a paddle. I hope they do release her, but I don't think that they are. Okay, here we go. Carbon monoxide is very scary. In Mexico, it's not a law to put up detectors. But for Airbnb, they have to have a detector. So it looks like Airbnb will be sued. Yeah, I was wondering the same thing. So it's not a law over there to put that up? Wow. If it's not a law, but it's a law for AIRBNB because of tourists coming from different countries, is that what you think it is, Toya? They will have a hard time suing Mexico, huh? My cousin died in Mexico, went to a club and never woke up. See? That's what I'm saying. Wow. I agree with this blessing messed up, but the situation is I don't think no, she won't. No. She was moved. See, WBN Defensive Player of the Year was found guilty in drug charge in Russia and sentenced to 9.5 years. Now, they said, I'm trying to find a new place they moved her to. Where did they move her to? Because they just moved her. They're not letting her go. Let me see. Where is this place they moved her to? Which, like, we really gonna know, but I'm just saying. Brittany Garner, 8-time All-Star, 2-time. Okay, Russia. Okay. Update. So a recent update from Russia's yesterday, chances of successful prisoner swap negotiation with the United States has threatened. However, the U.S. Department of State said Friday that Kremlin officials have been failing to seriously negotiate. They ain't gonna let her go. They're not gonna let that lady out of there. And I feel really bad for her. I mean, I don't even think they're gonna even, grant her appeals as she keep appealing and trying to fight this. I just don't think they're gonna let her go. Anyway, the delayed update on her location is nothing out of the ordinary. According to CBS News, the State Department official said that based on past experience, American detainees visit a central clearinghouse location before arriving at their final destination, a process that can take days or it can take a couple weeks. Pointed out that the Russian penitentiary system is infamous for its harsh conditions. Just like Mexico is infamous for their hard conditions. That's why they need to get their butts back over there in Mexico so they can get prosecuted for beating that lady like that. Okay, but they said she's doing well as she can under the circumstances. But the swap, they feel like it's not going to be even. And it is what it is. They're not going to trade a basketball player for a known arms dealer of guns and stuff. They're just not going to do that. No, they're not going to release nobody dangerous like that. So I feel bad. I really feel bad for her. I really do. How long have I been talking? Oh, Lord, 30 minutes almost up already. So I'm going to drop my link. Now let me move to the YouTube a little bit. Okay, like I said, I'm trying to hit every little thing in a nutshell. Every little thing in a nutshell. Now, when I was watching the heat wave situation over at Barry Carey's house, I think Friday evening, something like that. Yeah. This and then I watched another update too early this morning. Been woke a long time. Do y'all think where's Heat Wave? With Heat Wave, you here? Because she is one of my moderators. I haven't seen her. I just think that the relationship was one-sided. I think Tracy cared about her, but I think that Heat Wave, you was more into Tracy than she was into you. And that's just what I feel because of the things you're saying. Because even when you was on Carrie's panel, it's like you wasn't saying nothing too bad. It's like you're trying to leave a crack that door open. You don't want to go in too hard, just in case it might be some reconciliation right there. Okay? I went to along to people where just as nice and helpful media portrays. Those people who are dangerous like the U.S. is one of the most dangerous countries in the world. Will never be the same. Bless her Lord. No, she won't. Never let you go down travel. That's a nice point. Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? And it is dangerous everywhere, you guys. But lately, been here in Mexico. Things are going on in Mexico, and I'm quite sure that's not the only thing. Okay, things going. I mean, what would make these people think they take this lady over here to Mexico and do what they got to do? There got to be a reason. And I wouldn't want to do nothing over there. I thought I wouldn't want to eat their food or nothing. I don't want to go. It's just too much going on, in my opinion. Now, Heat Wave, they say you've been doing, doing a lot of, what should I say, interviews or whatever. And but I was really surprised that you want to talk about it because I know you're trying to leave that door open, just in case. And then, by the fact Tracy saying that's her sponsor. But then Heatwave was saying she was just saying, what was it, 25 every month? Was that Tracy's highest tier? I don't know. But, guys, the rumor was that when Tracy lost her channel, that Heatwave got the channel back. Heatwave was paying the rent. And a lot of rumors went around Tracy. I know you heard all them rumors when you came home, when you got out of the jail. So we didn't know what to believe and what not to believe. But I just think that Heatwave have love for Tracy for real. Now, they evidently speak behind the scenes, and she thinks she's a friend. But they said she got a better friend, more financially able to help out, which is MU. Now, people saying the most. This is what the YouTube street is saying. I don't know how true that is, but allegedly, that's what's going around. Okay. And I'm gonna start dropping my link because I said everything in a nutshell. If anybody got anything they want to talk about, they can. They can. But I don't know. I just really, really, really feel bad. Really, truly feel bad for Shanquilla's family. And the father, listening to him just broke my heart again. The fight already broke your heart when you see that. Well, it wasn't a fight. The attack on her. And then they saying the final blow was when Winter, the video that got removed immediately when they seen they was in trouble, that video being removed. We only just seeing this one constantly. Well, she was the one picked up by the neck and body slammed her. That's probably what broke her back and neck or whatever. She picked her by the neck because her father said she didn't weigh no more than 120. Said she was a very petite young lady. And then they had her stripped naked under the guy said they always finna get naked, put on a baby suit, whatever. She walked in the house. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Don't take that long to get naked. They never had no intentions on getting naked. They wanted to whoop her naked. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Hell, I'm afraid to go to the club without being suspicious here in the U.S. We have more guns than people, I swear. And I don't, you know what? And I don't go, I've been stopped even going to concerts, with stadiums. The people the young folks don't know how to act no more. I go to shows. And what I mean by that is showroom in the Las Vegas resorts and stuff, where there's a more mature set of people, mature age. I had been stopped doing that in my 30s. People seem like they just didn't know how to have fun. No, I don't go to stuff like that. And it would be a 2-drink minimum. You order your drink, they bring you 2 drinks, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? You want something more, you got to get drunk before you get there. And then if you're drunk and you can see that now, you're not going in there. I'm not traveling anymore. It's just hard. It's making people think, look at their friends. Is this really my friend? Because you don't really know people. Your friends is your family. But everybody got at least 1 or 2 good friends for real. And you can meet friends later on in your life too as well. You really can. But you got to have the discernment in place. I don't know. It's just hard. Yeah, they never solved that back there either, Miss Cruiser. They never did. Anyway, I'm going to drop my link. If anybody want to talk about anything, I'm going to drop my link. And people stayed up late last night, huh? Because like I said, that was late when Spilly Boy was on with that lady over there, that Britain lady. I just think she just didn't know. She didn't know her articulate herself very well. And she was mistaken the way they were talking or something like that. I don't feel like all the cussing was necessary at the time when it's still like when Shirley first got up there. And Jay Dunn, girl, what be wrong with Jay Dunn? You know what I'm saying? It was, I was trying to hear just a mild conversation. And it was like that for a minute though. But then I guess when Shirley seen the lady throwing shade, she wanted to come up there and say something. That Spilly defense was Spilly Boy caught on to too. He just kicked back and letting her put her foot in her mouth till he got ready to say something. That's the way that went. Yeah, the devil is running rapid. Yep. Oh, I never did finish putting that thing up, huh? I tell y'all, I'll be forgetting to put that link up sometimes. Yeah, I really do. I'm just going to start pinning it at the top, and if somebody else want to talk, they can. Okay, look like it ain't coming. Okay, here we go. Oh, I figured out, too, how to get it. It's like when I hooked my new gadget, I signed out on everything. That took me most of the weekend, too, to get it back together. But I got it where I wanted back at my computer. And through all that, I ended up adding another page that I didn't mean to. I was making another bag of email and stuff like that. So I got that straight down. I just took my time and did it. I kept going back and forth at it. Good morning, Gwen Jones. Yeah, so basically that's what it is. That's the TS medicine stuff. Because TS medicine, beef sector and not beef sector. Y'all know what I mean. Y'all remember that VS stuff when Shelley didn't want VS to come on here and talk about that horrible experience that she had. It was a big deal, but at the end, Madison and Funky D came on over and apologized to VS for the horrible experience, gave her money back and stuff. I heard somebody say last week, she was trying to mess up that show. No, she wasn't. That ain't how it went down. That's why I say these people these days just be guessing and stuff. It was a horrible experience. It was a janky promoter. had an old janky ran down place. Things wasn't like it was supposed to be. And she kept quiet for a while till Nicole Tyler said something, and then came out and started telling her experience, and that's when her Shirley broke friendship. That's how it went. And it's way more than that. And I ain't going at it like that, but I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? And she did, and they end up talking with sense. Now, when she was saying Doodoo Brown last night on the Philly Boys, did nobody know who Doodoo Brown was? Doodoo Brown is Michelle A.T. Alien, for those that didn't know who Doodoo Brown is. Good morning, Miss Cruiser.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good
morning.
Good morning, everybody in the chat. Good morning, Bless.
Good morning.
So where shall I start? So many things. You gave us a lot this morning. So I probably purposely didn't watch, the T.S. Madison with her live. Didn't watch. I went in and ending on Jay's live and just basically put, the focus is, the young lady who lost her life and getting justice and answers for her family. And then I watched a little bit of Spill It Boys. Here's my question. Here's my question. Why is there always every time something like this happens, then biological women, I don't know how else to put it. I think we're called cis women, is always questioned in comparison to trans women, as though there's some competition or fight going on with us. And then it's brought up where it's thrown in our face that domestic abuse happens to us more often. The men in our lives, are the ones that harm us, blah, blah, blah. But to me, rather than there being some type of competition or fight or division, it should be some togetherness, because I'm gonna let you.
Oh, go ahead. You can keep talking.
Okay. Because it is.
Hey, good morning. Hey, Miss Bless. Hey, Miss Cruz.
Hey, so it's not only if there is some type of abuse going on with heterosexual women or biological women, it comes from men. And most times when transgender women they're attacked or harmed or murdered, it comes from men. So both parts comes from men, right? So why is there this division between these two parties when there should not be any fights or disagreements or any of that between? I don't get that part. Sorry, I can still hear me. My phone rang.
Yeah, I hear you. I can't really answer that, but like I said earlier, I think I understand why T.S. Madison came out like that, because look at just what happened. And by them saying that was a trans woman and they already having hateful crimes against them and getting attacked, she was trying to get in front of that. And so I don't think it's really meant to be a division like that. But it's just some hateful people out there that just don't like people living their own life. I'm assuming.
But you do know that person who
I want some others to kind of help answer that too. Honest Road, he gonna speak
the person
too. So
who photoshopped that picture was a gay man, I think, from what I heard from Spill It Boy last night.
Right. Apparently, that's what they say. Now, Purple Peach, please don't give me additional pronoun. I don't consider myself a cis. I would not be labeled. I'm calling myself a woman. So somebody just asked before you, why are we being labeled as cis? We just women. I'm just woman, but I guess that's what I guess they call themselves transgender, whatever. So when they describe a woman, that was born a woman, they will say cis. I'm assuming that's why, but I agree with you, Purple, whoever said that before. I'm just woman. I'm not labeling myself as cis, and I'm just going to label myself as what I was born, a woman. Okay, so.
And then other thing that I want to mention is, what we mad at Mexico for? Those were U.S. citizens that went over there and did it. And that ain't just happened in Mexico. Okay, we heard one incident of someone by U.S. citizens over in Mexico being harmed in that manner. But how many times have we heard about it over here in the United States? They still haven't. That girl in Chicago at the Crown Plaza was put in the freezer.
Okay, let me answer this first one. I don't think nobody's mad at Mexico. We're saying that it looked like a lot of stuff been going down in Mexico lately.
We heard about the Airbnb, and then we heard about this incident. So that's two
So
things
what
in
I hear
comparison
allegedly,
to.
I hear even before the allegedly, a lot of stuff go down in Mexico. I don't know. That's just what I be hearing.
Well, I mean, just like the United States, a lot of things go down here. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah, but we're at
crime is
home.
crime is
We're at
heavy.
home. But we're at home, and people, and the impression I'm getting that if somebody want to do some foul play, look like they go to Mexico to do it. Look
You
like they
think
think they can
so?
do it
As many
here.
crimes, as much crime as you
Well,
talk
that's
about.
what I'm hearing, and that's what I see, and that's what they did to this young lady. They took her to Mexico to think they was gonna get away with it. So
Right.
that's
But so all the crime that we talk about, even about the killing of the gay people that you talked about earlier, all of these things happen over here. That was,
exactly. But that
so it's
don't have
not,
nothing to
I
do.
don't see where a lot of people go to Mexico to do their crime. I see them doing it right here. They just
But
so
of
happen
course,
to have
we
had a
can't
trip to
do stuff
Mexico.
right here, Miss Susan. But the point I'm trying to make is when people and what I'm gathering from listening to a lot of different people on the YouTube, that people think they can go to another country, not just Mexico, and get away with things. Like they thought they were gonna go to another country and get away with this with Shanquilla.
Okay.
And
So
that's
let me
why
ask
we
you this,
talk about another country.
so let me ask you this. One of the things you said was that you may not feel comfortable going. Are you going
I'm
with
not
people who you,
comfortable going if that's the way it is, because from what I'm hearing lately,
well, the people you're going with, or do you think they will potentially harm
it
you?
seems like there's a lot of stuff going on over there in Mexico
But it's
lately.
happening from U.S. citizens, though. So if it's
It
happening from
doesn't
U.S.
matter.
citizens,
They
the
go over there.
citizens that
It
you're going
doesn't
with,
matter
are they
what
going to harm
happens.
you?
They go over there to hide, to do stuff. Is the point I'm making of what I've been hearing. They go
Okay,
over there
so
because they can get
so
away with it.
so that tells us that when we go over to Mexico or go to Jamaica or go to wherever abroad, to make sure we go with people that we are comfortable with, that's not going, U.S. citizens, that's not going to harm us and try to get away with something.
I don't know about all that. But I'm just hearing a lot of things been going on in Mexico, and I'm saying, damn, that's where they go try to hide it to do stuff, thinking they gonna get away with it.
I keep hearing you
Good
saying a
morning,
lot of
Tommy.
things, but you've only given us one example.
No, I gave you two. I gave you three women. I gave you that, and then I was just listening to the YouTube streets. In general, people are saying things go down to Mexico. Now, I can't list to say every single one of them. You're gonna have to just roll the street like been doing, and you hear things that things go on in Mexico. Good morning, Tanya Abstract. Good morning. I can barely hear you. Now, I've got several people up here probably can help answer because I'm answering you the best I can too. I just feel like Mexico sounds like it's dangerous according to the YouTube streets. Can you hear me, Toya?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can barely hear you though.
Oh, here.
Y'all hear
I'll come
Toya?
back up.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you sounded very low. Can y'all hear her? Let me see. Let me get back to the chat. Can y'all hear her?
I can come back. How about now?
Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah, and I agree with you, Miss Cruiser. It happened. Everything it happens in the United States too, and all that. We get all that. I'm basically saying if somebody thinking want to try to get away with something, are they trying to run to Mexico to do it? And that is what I'm saying, because that's what they did to this young lady.
And the answer to that, the answer to that is yes. A lot of times people do try to do things foreign. That's been forever. If they're going to fake a death, they're going to try to fake it in a
Exactly.
foreign country. If they're going to try to harm someone, then yeah, they're going to go to a foreign country to try to. That's not anything new.
Do some foul
Um,
play. Yeah.
that's been
Oh,
going on for 30, 40 years.
and they think they can get away from it with it because it's a foreign country.
Yeah, so I mean, people who do crime always think of ways they can get away with it. How can I
Right,
get
they
away
try to
with
get
it?
away
What's the
with it here in
easiest
the
way?
United States, but they feel like it'd be a little harder for them to get caught because they're in a foreign country.
Right, right. And I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all. But I don't think that should hinder us from moving, especially,
No, but at the same time,
especially
I
like,
can't speak for everybody. I'm just saying what I hear and what I feel and this and that. So that's why I say so. I'm gonna let Honest Rose speak now. Maybe he can kind of answer you too in his way too.
Wait,
Go
well,
ahead,
you know
Honest
what,
Rose.
ladies? Oh, thanks, y'all. Well, one thing I kind of wanted to know, which I hope they may, get prior investigation, is the motive behind the attack on her, because from what I heard on Spill It Boys last night, she was a woman that she was a hairstylist. She had, a lot going on for herself. And for her to go somewhere with her friends and for this type of stuff to happen and the friends, really giving mismatch type of answers on what really occurred that night, it really
Mhm.
baffles me because I feel like she was, like it seemed like she was a very level-headed young lady. And for this to happen to her, so viciously and with so much mystery behind it, I don't really understand why this was put in motion. So I really hope they're able to figure out what these people's agendas were, because it's just it's really not adding up to especially who she was. And it looks like she was going there to have a good time, and
Mhm.
all of a sudden this horrible act was placed upon her. And I hope it was not over something that was like a simple fight that just turned very vicious. um I mean, all we can, I guess, do is really, try to get the justice of knowing what happened, because it was just a sour situation. You don't go on vacation to go through something so horrendous. So I mean, that's really where my head is trying to figure out why did it happen to her. um
And
because I can only
you know what, girl, I wondered the same thing. Why? What did she do so terrible for them to want to do this to her? But they're not saying the why, which at this point and at this time, it probably don't matter why, because they did what they did. But at the same time, a lot of us are curious to as why. We never heard. I was even me listening to Gossip Girl and people calling in, but and a friend of hers called in, but they never said why. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't think she did nothing that bad. So yeah. So you say something, and see if you
Am
still muffled.
am I
Huh?
still muffled? Am I still
You
muffled?
sound better. No, you sound better now.
Okay.
You sound better. So I don't know. It's just puzzles me. I would like to know the same thing, but they're not saying why, which it couldn't have been nothing that bad, huh?
Well, there's always
Wow.
Yeah, I
there's
really don't
always
think so, Miss Bless. I because she didn't look like the type that was going there, to to do some type of act that they might do in a foreign type of country. She just looked
Mm.
like, hey, I'm on vacation, and I'm just chilling with my friends, and then all of a sudden this happens. So maybe they had other plans, and then she found out about them, and they didn't like her response or something like that. That could have been it. I mean,
And her best friend is the friend that was her best friend, according to the mother. The best friend was coming over there, going to family dinners, family vacations, everything. And the other one was mostly her best friend, but by way friends of hers through him, but not her best friend, like that one best friend who was feminine. But good morning, Purple Peach.
Good morning, Bless. Good morning, panel. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just wanted
Okay,
to make sure
great.
that was
hey,
good.
Purple Peach, hey, boo.
Hey, honest real love. Really quick. I just wanted to state that you were wanting to know the reasoning. Reports have been made that that this young lady, of course, had a friend that was there, and the reason why all of this transpired was because one of the people that was on the trip by the name of Winter Donovan, something
Mm-hmm.
had happened with her sibling where they said that the young lady had Miss Robinson had set that person's family member up. And I think there is something that was going on there internally there, and that's where the plot came into play that they were going to do this with her. So it looked like, and this is just from different circuits and different people reporting, because everybody's
Mm-hmm.
trying to find the why. It looked like that Winter Donovan, the Dejanay person, and then there was another female involved as well, did the initial setup and the coordinating of the trip. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Shanquella, we all know that she was financially stable. She was the one with the money, and she was the one with the business, and she was the entrepreneur. So she was the one that actually financed, they said, half the trip. There was also reports that her that things had happened after the aftermath is they were still using her credit card and things were still
Right.
charged
Mhm.
to her account after the fact. And these things were overlooked by the Mexican government. And that's where we need to boycott this government, because we are always going to Cabo, we are always going to these places, and we are discarded. We think that we're discarded on our own homeland, but we are definitely discarded when we're going to these foreign entities. And also, I just wanted to add kudos to Pazar last night, because she was totally in my head with what she was speaking out in regards to the situation with the T.S. Madison tour that was going on. And I just want to state this too, and I might be shaking up some tables, but I also was not in agreement with that, because language is important. We have to be
Mhm.
cognitive of what we're saying to someone. And when the statement was made by her demise was by her own, that just me, for me on the outside looking in, it was kind of, it had a racist kind of tone to it. Her
We can't
own,
be
what
Mhm.
does that mean, her
we
own?
can't be
But then
racist.
of course we're talking again about a gender. And me, and this is my opinion, and this is how I feel. I don't want to be classified as cisgender. I don't want that Latin preterm put towards me. I am a woman. If you want to
Mhm.
transition to a woman, then that's your prerogative. You do that. And another thing, before I jump down, there was also it was also stated last night on James's panel that individuals that are not in the community should not speak out about the community. And I'm going to be honest with you, we are all A's in that alphabet of LGBTQIA. We are all A's because we are all allies. So I don't understand when someone come up on the panel and basically state that how dare you speak on something when you're not a part of the community, when we are a part of the community, because we are allies. And that's basically what I have to say in regards to that.
Mhm. Okay.
Very well said, Purple Peach. Very
That's
well
it.
said.
Yes.
Can I
Yes.
say something?
Mm.
Can
Well,
I
I agree with you. And we
Yes, thank
can't
you,
speak
Purple Peach.
on the party that. Go ahead. I don't mean to talk over you, Honest Road. I was just trying to answer Purple
hear me?
Peach, but yeah, very well stated, Purple Peach. I agree with a lot that you just said.
Can you hear
Thank you.
me?
Who want to go next? Okay, let me
Oh,
say this
Yes,
before I
I'm
go on.
sorry, Miss Beth.
okay.
Oh yeah, I
Are
was
you
just
still
saying thank you,
muffled?
Purple Peach.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Sharon, talk yet. Go ahead.
Um, I I think what Maddie was saying was one of our, when she says one of ours, it's not one of ours, because there's a big transphobic, homophobic, excuse me, let me just say phobic, because there are also people in the within the community who don't agree with the lifestyles of the trans community. So we need to stop doing that as well. But when she said that because it is, she put this analogy on it. It is like how a white woman says rape and points at a black man saying that they did it. It's kind of the same way as sometimes how some, not all of us, those who are transphobic, point to them as to like, no, they did it. They're masculine. They did this to her. And so that phobia, that transphobia comes out. And bless what you said earlier in your commentary, you understand why Maddie said what she said, because it's incidents like this when we have mass shootings, which is so dangerous. How many mass shootings do y'all see across the world in contrast to here? Like America is the most dangerous place in contrast. I mean, the whole world is dangerous. But that mass shooting kind of proves a point to what Maddie was saying, where
Exactly.
well, when we point fingers to something that is false, and also our anger should be at those murderers who are both men and women that are responsible for Miss Robertson's death. And we also need to be mad at that person that put out that narrative out on social media saying that this person was trans, because that person did a really good job by taking the narrative away from Shankilla's death and those people that murdered her. So I wish we would go back to this woman and her life and celebrate her life and put that anger out on both those male and female, both male and female murderers and people who were filming it, as well as the person who did this big divide now by changing the narrative. Our folks, I see sometimes within our community, we get mad at the wrong things when our focus needs to be elsewhere. Our focus needs to be on these people. And also, why did the Mexican government not take this case seriously? Now, does that mean that we need to stop being going and traveling? No, that means you never put your guard down no matter where you are. I don't understand. Listen, I just got back into the States and I was wandering the streets in Switzerland by myself. And you know what? Did I have my guard down? Did I look both ways? Was I looking at where I was staying and where I was going to be and who my surroundings were? Absolutely. Because just because you're on vacation, don't mean, and especially if you are of the diaspora, never put your guard down. So
Purple Pitch, you back? Say something.
Yes, I'm back. I had to drop down for
Okay.
just a quick second, but yes, I'm
Okay.
back.
Okay.
I'm in agreement what you stated, and I can't see who I'm speaking to. However, I think this is Toya, right?
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Again, I just want to reiterate, it was how it was said, like your own. Instead of this being about a Black woman that this had happened about, it was your own. When the actual culprit that started this whole debacle with the photoshopping and how the trans community got initially blamed was someone from the actual community, but that hasn't come into play in the picture just yet. And yes, the focus was taken off the actual victim. But again, we have to be very careful on how we state things. I think the best term was to just, instead of saying, well, she was killed by her own, it probably would have came out better if it was stated she was not killed by anybody in the community. These were a group of friends. It should have been, I'm just saying it was the way it was said. It was matter of fact. And from the outside looking in, I took it a certain way. I didn't see this as being, the Black woman, but then again, I understand, basically where Maddie was coming from, and I understand that she is she has a very large platform, and she is a huge spokesperson for the trans community. It was just how it was stated, and I was kind of like, huh. The focus was taken off of the action, and then it was more, brand dashed into a lifestyle is basically what I'm saying.
Hmm. And that's what I said earlier when I came over. That was the problem. People thought that, in other words, I can go as far as they said they think maybe she was being cold-hearted because she was mostly thinking about the community, and the girl had just had a funeral, and she came on talking about the community. But I understand, because I also just said I understand, because look what just happened in Colorado Springs, and that was going to make more haters come out, and they already been hating on the trans community for years. So I get where she's coming from too, but it was the way she was said it, the why people took it a certain way when she said like one of y'all own. That, I think that's what it was. And is that what you're saying? The way she said it, one of y'all own, and that's what got people to talking. And there was a potential divide right there. Some more
Yes.
hate out there. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Yeah.
I totally I understand that some people
Yeah.
found it offensive. I
Yeah.
didn't because I knew exactly what she meant. But I also think that we need to really focus on the fact of this was done by two male and female people who are so-called her friends, so-called. And so I'm seeing more people hate on Maddie, who isn't even the killer, by the way, who didn't even put out the photo. I'm seeing more people hate on Maddie rather than the people that did this horrific, vile crime
Right.
to this woman. And I'm seeing more people angry at Maddie in contrast to this SOB that put out this false narrative. And we also in the community in the diaspora community need to learn how to check your sources, because there's something we I noticed we dropped the ball in the diaspora community by not checking our sources twice, because there's so many false narratives that are out here to get us off code constantly, that we fall for the okey doke, and it happens too often, way too often. If it's not something within the LGBT community that drops us off the off code, then it's something within white supremacy, where we end up picking white supremacist talking points and don't even know where they come from, because we saw something on Facebook or we saw something on YouTube without checking the source. And it's sad that this individual put this false narrative out there while her parents are in mourning. That's some sick ish right there. That is kind of vile. Not kind of vile, just very vile. So you
It's
just
very,
oh you killed her twice over. So we really need to focus on. I do appreciate how we're talking about some of the dialogue within the trans community, and there let's not get it twisted. There is a division that is for some reason coming in between wedge and cis women. Sorry, cis means just biological, it's just scientific. I'm not here to offend anybody but women. But when that happens, it changes the narrative to us staying on code. That's what happens.
I think you're going out. There are a lot of different opinions here in the chat, but that's okay. Everybody voicing their own opinion. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. People voicing their own opinion. You dropped off again. If you want to come back, you can. Red Star said the ignorance. Some people in the chat are displaying because people don't understand trans. And well, people are giving their opinion. And you know what, Red Star, I'm ignorant too to a lot of facts too of the community. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a bad thing because we don't know everything. We're trying to learn everything. You know, so and I've learned quite a bit since I've been on here about the community. Man, I maybe get through her frustration first before speaking publicly. That was everything. It was, yeah, King Roman News. That's what they said. She was too angry, and she should have really waited till she calmed down before she came on, because her delivery, it didn't come out right. So that's why. And at the same time, we get all points that everybody said, because I totally get it, especially with this Colorado Springs thing. You know, they already, got hate groups out there. Yeah, I mean, come on now. Who want to speak next? You
Well,
fell off, Toya. Go ahead, Miss Cruiser.
I'm going to say this and get down. Okay, what I'm going to say is a little asshole statement. So that's a disclaimer. I'm going to be an asshole right now.
Okay.
So I get one to boycott and to not put our funds in a government who don't seem to um, recognize, because they should have went in there and realized that that girl was not alcohol poisoning, and they should have did the right thing and filled out that death certificate or certificate of a citizen abroad form correctly. I agree. So I do agree that that's something that we should fight against, just as we should fight against things that get missed in the Black community and things that's done against Black people here. We should fight against those things, and we're always talking about our money power and not, taking our money certain places. Now, with all that said, this is the asshole thing I'm about to say. When I see Black people in the United States start doing what they say, we're going to boycott this and boycott that right here, is when I'll be in agreement with us boycotting it abroad. It starts at home and then it goes abroad. And we can't even stop spending funds and we say we're going to boycott and use our spending power to make a change here in the United States. And now we coming up on little baby Jesus' birthday, the most fraudulent commercialized holiday there is. And we're going to go out here and we're going to buy Christmas for little baby Jesus. We're going to have to start doing and stop talking.
I agree.
And that's all I have to say. I'm gonna slide on down with that.
Okay.
Am I still muffled?
Yeah, just a little bit, but let me say this. King Roman, now you have a very strong opinion, and I appreciate it. You can come up if you want to. And I know the things you're saying, you mean it, for the good, you're right. Maybe Maddie shouldn't say nothing else. I don't think she will at this point. And she was in her feelings at the time when she came on. I get it, in support of her community, and tired of her community, the hate group going at her community. That's the reason why she came on. But like everybody's saying, it was a delivery. It was just a delivery. So, but what's something else I was going to say? But oh, you dropped down too. So Bernadette is heartbreaking. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, and then I need to backstroke to what Jean Hope said, because I was saying there was a lot of stuff in Mexico. You got to research it. But Jean Hope was talking about the doctor that never been found. She disappeared over there too. And that's why I say it's probably a lot more going on that we haven't even heard about. You know what I'm saying? So, I forgot about that one, Jean Hope. She never got found. That's what I'm saying. Is it what people go do? Try to go to Mexico to do foul play or something? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we do say things when our feelings. So I think that's what King Roman said, meaning, and he can tell me if I'm wrong. She should have waited and calmed down. Like, and other people said that before she came on because her delivery didn't come out right. We know she didn't mean no harm. We know she didn't mean it in the way that it came out. She probably didn't realize it came out like that until people started attacking her. So, and that's with all of us. I can come in sometime too and say something, why I'm in my feelings, and then think about it later. And when I come back, I'll come back and apologize. Sometimes we just say stuff too quick. I'll just say it like that. Yeah, and that's right. The baby's deaf, and that's what should have remained at, But, somebody did the picture and they just threw a wrench into it, and that's how it went. That's how it went. Here we go. We just had a chat over there in Colorado Springs for hate. No reason at all that this guy did this. That they're allowed to leave Mexico. Yeah, they shouldn't have never been allowed to leave. Never. You right about that too, Faith. Never been allowed to leave. They got out of there real quick before anything can happen. Before the Tati came back, just left. The body just there. No family around, no friends, no nothing. Yeah, they shouldn't have been allowed to leave. That's why I say they think they went over there just to get away with something, but they didn't. And the friend that put that leaked the video, she seen it was gonna be some problems, so she gonna call her. She gonna leak the video because she felt like she didn't do too much of the fight. No, you were part of it. All of y'all were part of it. All of y'all. The Colorado shooting was done by a grandson of a mega supporter who worked as Republican in Cali. Thus has nothing to do with the situation. No, it don't have nothing to do with it. The point I'm making is that's hate. What's that hate on the community? That's what we're saying. And I think that's what Maddie was saying. There's enough hate going around. Good morning, Brianna Simone Pettyville. It was hate. Wow, I find it suspicious that Maddie felt she could come to the B sector to speak. Well, we know Maddie here in the B sector. Maddie used to be over here in the B sector. She's not beef sector, but she beef sector. If anybody get what I'm saying, we all know who Maddie is. Maddie always did support the beef sector as well. And a lot of us from the beef sector supported her. There's a lot of us over there, that sub to her. So that's why she feel comfortable. It ain't her first time coming over here. She hadn't been over here in a long time because she's doing something totally different now. She done moved on up. But she done dropped down here plenty of time, Miss Real, huh? Yeah. I mean, most of her supporters at one time was the beef sector, especially when her and Kaya was, doing their thing together. It's beef sector. So anyway, yeah. Yeah, well, they did until they got it straightened out about what went on with that promoter, because it was a third party. It wasn't one of Maddie's, nothing that Maddie gave the event. She didn't give it. It was a different promoter that promoted them to come do a show at that club, and it was horrible. I know a lot of y'all that was here remember how they really went down. The new people hearing rumors, they really don't know, but that's what happened with that. No, it wasn't. I agree that the statement I've been here for Kaya and Maddie. And that's when the beef sector was born. Because when Kaya and Maddie broke up, everybody had different opinions. Some took Kaya's side, some took Maddie's side, and then we all started arguing, and that's when all that went down. For those of y'all that don't know that, y'all got to research it, because we ain't trying to give a history lesson. I'm just saying. Yeah, you're right. All those horrors need to rot in jail. You're right about that. Okay. Okay, bless that part. Exactly. Hey, trash talker. I high bizarro appreciation gag order. Let's talk about the motherfucking order. So, can you imagine if it was a white girl being murdered in Mexico? They wouldn't have left out of Mexico. No, if the white girl, those people when they left out of there, they was able to get away because it wasn't a white girl. No, they wouldn't have came up out of there. We're celebrating a life. TS chose to disrespect the beautiful woman day. TS came with bag energy first. I understand why women are men. Well, that's how a lot of people feel, sweet. That's what I was saying about me watching a lot of people, you know. So that's probably going to die down in a couple more days, the Maddie situation. I hope so. And let's focus on what's going on here and just pray for justice for Shakira. Pray those people get sent back to Mexico so they can really do some hard time. Because you see, they still walk around free here in the United States. You see that? We don't know how long they're going to take to investigate before they all get locked up. I hope they don't have money to fled nowhere and hide, to another country. They all need to be picked up. And then I heard something said, but if they can prove that it was planned here in the United States to go over there and do it, then they can arrest them. But see, they don't know that either. That's just something I heard. How are they going to prove if it was planned over here to go over there and do it to where we people, small people, looking in, on the outside looking in, we think it's a setup. Most of us, I do. I think she was set up to go over there and get done exactly what was done to her. That's what I think. Morning to you still carrying boycott Mexico. We can't no more. Trump is not the president. They say boycott Mexico. Boycott. Trump doesn't care about us, but I'm not going there today. Well, free from jail, I'm sure they are hiding. Of course they are. But they don't have to because the United States' hand is tied right now. They can't prove that it was planned over in the States to go over there and do it. It was done over there in Mexico. It's probably going to take a while before they arrest them. But the parents said they're not going to let up. They're going to keep pushing. They're not going to let up over here. So something's going to go down. Trust me, it's too many involved. This will be solved. Some of her haters are turned on each other. The feds as we speak. They already turned each other. Like I said, the first one that leaked this one video that we keep saying. She already turning. And then her friend, whoever it is, somebody he got there a day late. First he said he went in there and he was trying to soothe her and calm her, or whatever. I mean, then he said she was already gone when he got there. Which one is it? You know what I'm saying? Which one is it? He's been contradicting himself all over the place. Y'all knock my coffee over. Let me get something for this thing. Okay. Ooh, Jesus on the main line. I knew I should have left my area rug right here. I don't know how I knocked my coffee out. Get this coffee real fast before it's thing. Okay. I'll put some carpet cleaner down there. It's time to do the carpet anyway. Now I'm gonna drop my link again. How long have I been on here? Okay, I got a little bit more time. And nobody got anything else to say now. Let's move away from the Maddie situation. But that's still gonna be some more talk on it, because like I said, Libya over there still going in on her. And I don't think she really mean it that way, but like you say, you got to be. And then I can't really say that either, because sometimes we all come on here, not calm and say stuff that the delivery, it comes out wrong. We don't be meaning for it to come out like that. Yeah, Miss Bernadette, like I said, the one that leaked the video is the one that said she did the least fighting. So that's the way of her clearing herself, by showing that this girl was doing the fighting, and then the other girl was the two main ones. See, there's no video of her fighting Shakira. So she called herself clearing herself, but you was there watching it while all of y'all was filming it. You was involved in the plan to go over there. You was involved in plan for her to go get naked so she can look for y'all. Y'all was all in one room plotting it. when she found y'all, hey, where y'all at? It don't take that long to get naked. You was involved in all of that too. So no, you ain't, don't be trying to clear yourself. Yeah, the one that uploaded that call herself clearing herself. That's what I'm thinking. I guess she said, I ain't do it. They did, y'all. Here go the videos. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's what she's doing. All of some, he wasn't the only one. They said it was a couple of people recording it now. It might have been a couple of dudes, might have been her too, but they're always there. And then they said the dude that was filmed it was a gay guy, which that don't matter if he was gay or straight. The fact is that was a friend and they filmed it. That's why it's more than one video. It's more than one person filming it. I don't know if all three of the women filmed it now. I believe so though, because she leaked that one. It was on her phone for her to leak, so she must have been filming it as well. Thank you. Here go to the thing, y'all. I'll be here a little longer. Even if y'all want to come talk about the heat wave situation now too. Also, I do kind of hope thought that Tracy and heat wave can make up, but I think it kind of went too far now. I really do. And I don't see heat wave. Where you at, girl? Betty White recorded herself as well. Shaquilla at Betty White recorded herself as well. No, they talking about they some nurse came or something. They couldn't take the hospital. Go be five. They needed $5,000. Now maybe Mexico do charge like that. I don't know, but that's what they said. They were buddies. The mother said that he come over and eat dinner at their home. He went on family vacations. He came over and did things with the family. That was her friend. See, after 7 years, you don't know if the man. Wow, that was just some cold-hearted stuff. You got to just be cold-hearted to do something like that. And you're right. Don't matter who filmed it, they did it. So I don't know why she thinking about her leaking it. She ain't got nothing to do with it. She clearing herself. You did it. It don't matter at this point. The girl is gone. So all of that other stuff about who did what, it doesn't matter. The focus got took off the girl. A lot of y'all didn't even know that she was having her services Friday because of the Maddie situation. Everybody started talking about that. And then they talking about, well, Maddie shouldn't have came on saying that, but y'all came over here running with it. Y'all took the focus off of it as well. Y'all came over here running with it. To the point I'm even discussing it this morning. Libya was over there discussing it again. Jay Wilson was over there discussing it last night. Everybody discussing it. You know what I'm saying? So the focus was took off. It really was. Gay, straight, or sideways, they are accessory to the crime. Exactly. All of them are. All of them are. Every single last one of them. Oh, she did say absolutely no uncertain tone. That really for real? Yeah, maybe they didn't mean to end her life, but they did. The fact that, and if they didn't, once that lady went fighting back and you done beat her slung on the ground, why didn't you just stop? That's Walking Heatwave said they were offline friends, but it seems the other party said Heatwave wasn't one of the people she felt. Yeah, I heard her say that they talked offline. I heard her say, Heatwave say she was even trying to get the money together when she was in jail and she had the money to do it, but they wanted to give the money to Jay Wilson, somebody else to go get her because it was in Texas. I remember all of that. And she said it again the other day. She said she had the money and they did talk offline. But that's why I said when I came on, is it one-sided? It was one-sided. I think that Heatwave was more into Tracy than Tracy was into Heatwave. Tracy probably just looked at it as a strong YouTube ship. To a Heatwave really looked at it like a really friend for real, like family almost kind of friend. Yeah, she really cared about Tracy. She still do. She still do. Y'all, anybody that heard her on Barry Carey, y'all can see. She wasn't trying to go there. It's like she's trying to leave a little opening so that could be a makeup. But I didn't know Tracy said that they absolutely won't be making up, huh? All right. Going very bad. It's just my thought. It doesn't matter, but just saying it's my thought. Miss Cruz, please don't misconstrue what I said. I was taken aback by the language. And yes, the actual culprit who did the photoshopping and put Manny in the scenario was a person of the community. Yeah, that's what they said. They were saying that that person was gay, which it doesn't matter. But anyway, y'all, so blessed. Wait a minute. Are you following the 4 college kids that were murdered? No, I didn't get a chance to watch that though, but I am. I am. Of course, I'm going to be talking about that too. Wow. I mean, just a lot going on. It's just really sad. I don't even know the young lady. You know, it just hurt my feelings. When I saw that going on like that, shoot, I mean, and the daddy, oh my God. He said, only child, he won't be having no grandkids. That's what he said. He won't be having no grandkids. Oh my God. It's just terrible. Teresa said they would not be able to remain friends because he weighed been. Well, yeah, that's what I'm asking where she is this morning. Yeah, I want to ask about that. Yeah, she has been everywhere. Maybe she sleep though, because they be up late, you know. They be up 2 3 hours in the morning. Because she is a moderator over here. And another thing, somebody was saying something about Pretty Chocolate the other day out in the B section. Pretty Chocolate is one of my mods over here. She is. Unfortunate when you find out someone you care about really doesn't see it for you. Yep. And we already on Thanksgiving week. Gave others who did 100 times more. So why not heat wave? I don't know. I think maybe she think heat wave went too far. I don't know, because of the tour. Somebody just said. Yeah, I'm ready for Thanksgiving, and I'm not ready. It's just not a big deal. I don't even know if we're gonna do the big Thanksgiving. I'm talking to my family. I think we usually do Thanksgiving. Everybody do their own Christmas. However, we would visit each other, you know, like that. So, give me 1 second. Okay, now let me finish reading. Fam, my fridge went out yesterday. Honest roll. Sorry, y'all, my phone went dead. This was a great conversation. Thank you, Miss Blessner. Well, thank you for coming up. Now, somebody asked me about the 4 college Idaho students killed in the crime of passion. Uh, I'm quite sure a lot of people already talked about it, but I will talk about it myself as well. You know what I'm saying? Because over here, you know, everybody, it'd be a different crowd. People have different opinions. And, you know, I'll be having my different opinions too. But the authorities is still, from what I understand, still piecing it together. And it was a crime of passion. So I'm quite sure some of y'all have already heard about that as well. Then I want to find something happy to talk about, though. All this talking is murder situation. You know what I'm saying? It's just, whew, Lord, but I guess I managed to get everything in this morning that I wanted to get in. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make up my cornbread early. Put the refrigerator. I'm gonna make my dressing and stuff. I'll make it all the way homemade. I don't buy breadcrumbs all like that. I use bread. You know, back in the day, they didn't have no breadcrumbs. You know what I'm saying? Let me see now. Who's ready? Let me check this out real fast. Let me see. Gotta check something out real fast. Okay, now. Okay. Now I'll have to wait a moment for my answer. I just had to ask somebody something. Thank you, Miss Real X. Yeah, so hopefully, you know, we come back with something else to talk about. Now, I know it's gonna always be, you know, some mess, but Jay Don, girl, wow, my mind went back on that on Spilly Boy panel. You kept going in on Pizarro, and they was trying to have a conversation. They weren't trying to do all that hollering. Okay. Oh, wow. I'm glad you said that. I'll put up some of my pictures too for the homeless situation. Okay. Because you know I was already asking. Now, where's Brianna? We got to clog up these heat waves. I mean these airways. You found some? It's Brianna Pettybill Simone. No lie to that. Okay. It's Brianna Pettybill Simone. Let me see if she got that appetite. We got to clog up the heat wave, the airways, and take all of the cash apps, y'all. Okay, that's what we got to do. We got to keep it going. Okay. Oh, Bree coming on later. Okay, then somebody coming on. We got to clog up the airways, y'all. Come on now. Y'all know we got to clog up these airwaves. Come on now. Okay, I'll tell y'all what. I'll just be surfing while I'm fixing my breakfast. You know, because usually I'll be fixing my breakfast around this time. Okay, when I get up here. If nobody got nothing else to say, I'm done for today. Okay. I'll read the chat on the way out. Yeah. Log and click. Who up next? Come on, y'all. Yeah, she was. She was trying to have a conversation. Pretty boy said he was on his real channel. He didn't want all that mess going on. J Dunn just wouldn't stop. J Dunn, where you at, girl? What you been tripping off of? Then you got somebody sit up on people's panel which want to be seen. Just was totally been a yes person on Brianna's panel. Agreeing to everything and made her feel good that they let her cut somebody out. Oh Lord, I ain't gonna mention no name. I'll wait for the right time when something be said to me. You know, said to me, so I'm good. Just a yes, 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 yes. Can y'all please hit the like on the way out if y'all forgot to do that? Don't forget that chili fund, y'all. And I'm gonna use my chili fund will be also my Christmas list. I told that to the person that asked me about it, so I said it on live so I can hear it. I can't begin to think of nothing that I would want. Anyway, so, and I don't really do gifts like that at home. So if y'all want to bless me with some holiday cheer, go right ahead. Pretty chocolate. Somebody was discussing you, and I was thinking they must have known you my moderator over here. You are. They were saying that you're not in the beef sector, but you are. You're my moderator. Okay. I'm glad you're starting to do commentary too. Y'all go over there. Drop your thing again. He pretty chocolate. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Y'all hit that chitlin fund. That's just gonna be the name of my thing. Chitlin fund. And yeah, and that's I used to do that. Get donations for the homeless. But you know, whatever, it's fine with me.